Yesterday evening, Nintendo aired their highly anticipated direct presentation focusing on upcoming 3DS and Switch titles. The firm, however, promised to reveal more about their upcoming Nintendo Switch Online service, which launches on September the 18th, or September the 19th if you're in the UK. Unfortunately though, fans were left feeling underwhelmed in almost every regard. Not only did Nintendo fail to announce anything new regarding their online service, but those hoping for something extra to hook them in were instead left wanting. In the past year and a half since the system launched, the online functionality of the Switch has remained free. During that time, the online side of the Switch has almost seen no improvement whatsoever. In just a few days' time, the privilege of using that service will be locked behind a paywall. On September the 18th, Nintendo will effectively flick the switch. Folks which pay for the Nintendo Switch Online service are able to play games online, receive a library of NES titles with 20 games at launch, voice chat using the smartphone app, and enjoy the safety net of backed up cloud saves, something that fans have been asking for since the system launched. Now, don't get me wrong, Nintendo Switch Online is less than half the costs of some competitors, and sure, cloud saves might end up being a godsend if anything's to happen to your console. But Nintendo shouldn't be immune from constructive criticism, and their Switch Online service sure deserves a hell of a lot of it. As I mentioned earlier, the Switch's online service has remained as bare bones as it comes over the past year and a half. You can play games online, it works, and that's about it. There's no messaging, no party system on the console itself. Player names in-game often still display your profile name, resulting in lobbies full of Daves, Johns, Tims, Jenny, etc. Not to mention that friend codes still being required is a cumbersome mess. The eShop also remains as basic as it gets, and it's rapidly becoming a complete mess as more and more titles are released. Netflix, YouTube and other media apps are still completely absent. What exactly are Nintendo doing to convince folks to hand over their hard-earned cash? Very little, really. To add to the negative sentiment over the past 24 hours, it's become apparent that users will be forced to perform a weekly check-in online to maintain access to their NES library as part of the service. There's no home console offline access here like on the other systems. Also, in Nintendo's own FAQ regarding cloud saves, the firm states that saved data stored with the Save Data Cloud cannot be kept outside of the duration of your Nintendo Switch Online membership. Take from that what you will. To make matters even worse, only a few days ago we found out that not all games on the Nintendo Switch will even support cloud game saves. Splatoon 2, Dark Souls and FIFA 19 are just some of the examples given. Games which use online, the same online service that we're paying for to also receive the cloud game save support, may not support cloud saves in an effort to prevent cheating online apparently. It even still remains unclear whether Super Smash Bros. Ultimate will support cloud saves when it launches later this year in December. In 2018, one of gaming's most iconic companies were expecting users to pay for the privilege of using a smartphone app to talk to their friends whilst playing games. An app which today only supports Splatoon 2. It's a solution which is an embarrassing mess by almost all modern standards. I'm sorry Nintendo, but having to pull out my phone along with a special adapter and a bunch of wires just so that I can listen to the game audio whilst also chatting to my friends online is not something that anyone should pay money for. Party chat has been present on gaming consoles for over 10 years now. Not to mention that there are numerous fantastic free solutions for voice chat via a smartphone. I adore my Switch, it's one of my most beloved gaming systems, but I expect better. Nintendo produce incredible experiences, being responsible for some of the best games of all time. Not only that, but they clearly know how to create an awesome piece of hardware. The Switch is genius. It's such a damn shame that such an inventive, creative and forward-thinking company can't share that mindset with their approach to online services. Alas, the firm remains to be well and truly out of touch when it comes to modern online gaming, something that they've always struggled with. The Nintendo online service doesn't look to be changing that, and fans of the system and Nintendo's games deserve better. Now, version 6.0 of the Switch is set to launch alongside the Nintendo Switch Online service on the 18th, so granted there's still a chance that we might see some improvements to the platform's online functionality. However, all signs point to that not being the case right now. Firmware leaks suggest a fairly minimal update, and Nintendo, even when given the opportunity, haven't announced any other substantial new features. With over a year and a half to prepare for the planned switch to a paid online service, Nintendo have had plenty of time to get this right. Unfortunately, that doesn't look to be the case. Nintendo fans should continue to speak out and demand better from the company. Constructive feedback and criticism can go a long way in improving the product for all of us. Whilst I'd never wish the lack of success upon anyone, especially one of gaming's greats, I can't help but hope the Switch Online debacle is a wake-up call for a company which seems to have its head stuck in the sand when it comes to the online side of gaming. Be sure to like, share and subscribe for more content like this.